Hello everybody, it's nice to be back talking to you again. It seems a long time ago since I was in the backyard, or what I call the exercise yard, in the cottage where I stayed during the last lockdown. My cameraman then, although I did it in a yard, my cameraman, of course, who was Father Mark, what he used to do was to shine it up to the, put the camera up to the trees and the birds and so on, and it looked as if I was in a country park, whereas I was only in Thornhill Terrace. But never mind, I'm now back home, and it's not quite so rural in Bridge Street, but it's nice to be back home. So today I'm going to talk to you about Saint Leo the Great. We were talking about saints when I was last talking to you as well. Today about Leo the Great, today's feast. He reigned as Pope for 20 years, and that was in the mid-400s. As one of the only two popes credited with the title the Great, the other one was Gregory the Great. He was the one who sent Augustine to convert this country, sent him to Canterbury. Well, as with the title the Great, you can conclude, of course, that he was a successful pope. And he certainly was successful. He was successful politically, insofar he was able to influence the invading hordes from the north who were attacking what was left of the remnant of the Roman Empire, which was disintegrating. Well, he was able to at least alleviate some of the damage, or at least persuade them not to do quite as much damage as they did in other places. He was successful politically also from the church point of view, insofar as he strengthened the authority of the Pope as the Bishop of Rome and the successor of Peter. Successful as a writer. 97 of his sermons have survived, as well as 143 letters. And it's one of those letters for which he will be well remembered within the church. It's usually referred to as the Tome of Leo the Great, and in it he sets out the Christian belief that Jesus is both fully God and fully human. Jesus Christ, he taught, is one person, the divine Word, in whom the two natures, human and divine, are permanently united without confusion or mixture. Well, in the early centuries of the church, there'd been dispute after dispute about the nature of Jesus. Was he fully God, or just a man with godlike powers that God had given him? Or was he God, acting like a human person? Now, although the incarnation is a mystery which we can never, of course, fully understand, here was a definition which gives a clear statement of what is involved in that mystery. Well, all this was up for discussion at the council of in a place called Chalcedon, which is in modern Turkey, in the year 451. Leo wasn't able to get to the council, so he sent legates with his letter, which has is known as the Tome of Leo. That was read out at the council, and on hearing it, those taking part, the fathers of the council, on hearing it, they unanimously acclaimed, "Peter has spoken through Leo." So not only had he established what has become the standard statement on the mystery of the incarnation, but their reaction underlined the authority of the Bishop of Rome as the successor of Peter. Peter has spoken through Leo. No wonder he's been credited with the title the Great, Pope Saint Leo the Great. Now today's feast is an opportunity then for us to marvel at the mystery of God becoming human, which is recalled by St. Paul in his letter to the Philippians, a very famous passage. His state was divine, yet he did not cling to his equality with God, but emptied himself to assume the condition of a slave and become as men are, even to accepting death on a cross. An opportunity to think of that mystery, and secondly, to remind ourselves of the responsibility of today's Pope Francis and to keep him forever in our prayers. Thanks very much. Goodbye. God bless.